What's up YouTube? It's the talented man Nicky G here, coming back at you with another video. And today I'm really excited because I'll be doing another cooking segment. But for this segment I'll be making deviled eggs. But not just deviled eggs, fried deviled eggs. Now this is something I don't really know about. So today I'll be trying it for the first time. I have my ingredients here and ready to go. The eggs are already boiled and I'm really excited to be making, fried deviled eggs. So without further ado, let's get started. So, to get started, what we'll be doing is we're going to first get our boiled egg and we're going to slice them up. So just slice them up in one or two. We're just going to slice them up like this. We're going to slice up our deviled eggs. Shoot. So they're little, as you can see, maybe a little too. Maybe I cooked them a little too long, but no matter. It's gonna still be good. So once we slice them up like this, we're gonna separate the egg yolk, so the yellow part from the white part of the egg, because we're gonna use the yolk later for the filling. So right now I'm just gonna get the white part of the egg, and because we're gonna fry them up, make sure you have your flour, your breadcrumbs, and also an egg, so we can start, and also a frying pan, so we can start, frying these babies up. So right here, we're gonna start frying these up. But, just continue to watch the video and you'll see what I'll be doing. Okay, so right now I put on my fire, and I have my frying pan on, and I put the oil in. This is the oil I use, Crisco Pure Vegetable Oil. And I'm gonna let that simmer until they get hot. So make sure the pan is very hot so we can begin to fry them. So just turn it up a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so right now, as I said, we're gonna separate the yolk from the white part. And put the yolk in a bowl and just start separating them. So again, we're gonna use the yolk later on for the filling. Now we separated the yolk from the white part, and we're going to put this aside for now, and then now we're going to start frying these white shells up. So let's first baste them. Let's first mix up the flour, the egg, and the breadcrumbs together, and then we're going to put them to fry. So let's go. Alright, so right now I have my egg whites here, so the outer part of the egg, and then I also have flour, my egg mix, and I also have my breadcrumbs. So for the flour, you don't need much flour, so probably like 2/3 of a cup or 1/3 of a cup, and then 1 egg, and then maybe for the breadcrumbs 2/3 or 1/3 of a cup. So not much. Use 4 eggs, and yeah, just to try out, because this is the first time I'm trying it out, so you don't need much, much flour and much breadcrumbs to do this. So right now we're gonna start mixing the batter together, and then we're gonna put them to fry. The frying pan right now is on the stove, getting hot, so then we can start to put them to fry. So here we go. Alright, so right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our eggs now in the frying pan and let them fry through. So it's kind of hot. Oh, a little too hot actually. I'm just gonna let them cook through. A little too hot, so I'm just gonna move them off on the side. Okay, so they're very hot. Trying to be careful, don't get burned. Come up a little bit, and they fry really quick. You know what I mean? Alright, so right now we're just going to take them out, start to take them out now, the ones that are finished. So right now I'm going to let these cool off for a little while. Right now I'm going to make the filling with the egg yolk and adding the little ingredients, and yeah, then we're going to start decorating afterwards. So let this cool off and let's begin with our filling. Okay guys, so now what I'm going to do is I have the egg yolk. So right now I'm going to make the filling. So right now what I need is mayonnaise, and I need 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise and also 1/3 of the mayonnaise. So 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise, and then 1/3. Now since this is 1 1/2, I'm going to make 1/3. So right here I'm going to make it 1/3 of a piece right here. So carefully, so like that. That's about 1/3. So we're gonna add that in, and then once we have it in, we're gonna start with our pickles, right? So our sweet pickle radish, we need now 2/3. So I'm gonna still get the 1.5 right here. And just clean it off a little bit. Okay, so we need 2/3 of this. So since this is a half, we're gonna make it 2/3, and I'll show you guys how to do it. Get that there. And just squeeze off very carefully. So. That's about 2/3. Yeah, that's about 2/3. Now I have the right measurement, you know what I mean? So I have to carefully measure out my ingredients. Next is the mustard. So the mustard, I also need 2/3 of the mustard as well. I bought these ingredients yesterday. I didn't have much of these ingredients. I had to go shopping yesterday to get these. So here we go. 2/3. My hands are real. Hold on. There you go. That's a little shaky, my bad. Yeah, that's about 2/3. About so. Maybe add a little, just a little more. I'll just make a little more to it. Right, so we're just gonna get our fork and just start crushing it up. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna add a little salt and pepper, not too much now, like maybe like a teaspoon of it. That's like a teaspoon of salt and pepper. Yeah. A little bit. Yeah, a little too much actually. So don't forget, there's not much eggs we use. Some salt. Now we're trying to use less salt actually, so not too much. Not too much salt. And if you want for a little flavor, if you like a little hot pepper, you can put that as well. Right? I'm gonna add a little. Now for my hot pepper, I'm gonna add a little Bajan pepper sauce. A little Bajan pepper sauce. A teaspoon. If you want, you can also use Tabasco as well if you like. But I'll use a Bajan pepper sauce. I like my food spicy. Okay guys, now what we're gonna do is to top it up, we're gonna decorate it. Now we're gonna get some paprika. Just gonna decorate it a little bit. This way. Alright, so once we finish using the paprika, we're going to get some dill. We're going to put some of it on top of it as well. There we go. Alright guys, so I'm finally finished. These are the fried deviled eggs. I'm finally finished. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. You know, very different, something creative. Yeah, you know, first bite. Must try. I recommend it. I'm gonna finish eating these. This is Talented Man signing off. Go cook this.